This is the sound of a bell, and for us, it is the sound that today it is IDEA Day. It is the day of drama, theater, and education worldwide. And it was established by Tinti Karpenen and uh, actually approved by the General Council meeting of IDEA. So we are very happy to have you here, and we are also streaming this on Facebook. And we are so delighted that we will have to share some good news with you, some good practices. And as all of you know, the theme of this IDEA Day is drama theater for peace. Because, oh, sorry, for hope, because for 2 years it was for peace. And again, we thought, wow, it should be again for peace, because what is happening in the world today drastically needs action and needs peace, drama education for peace. But then we were thinking about the future and how it is important to be optimistic and hopeful and find a way to create a better world with all that we are doing in uh, the area where we are working. And that is our drama, theater, education field. That is so valuable. I always say it is the most valuable. It is really something that should be in the epicenter of the school systems, in the curriculum, because it helps so much, not only in the development of each child and each human being, but it also contributes generally to a more peaceful, tolerant, empathic world. We will change a little bit the order of this today's webinar. Our first idea was to have and present some things that are happening IDEA and also the IDEA Day message. But because we are so honored to have with us Marion Kustner, who is our dear colleague from Germany, who will present an amazing journal and project that she's doing with our African colleagues and with Mercy from Uganda. And then after that, we will hear Ausa Ragnarsdottir, our dear president of the General Meeting Committee, who will present what is happening in Iceland today connected to IDEA Day. They have to leave soon, so this is why we give them the floor now. So Marion, would you like to start? But I would just like Dunya
Yes,
perhaps
I
to
can
give
I
us
can do it.
Dunya can give us a little instructions about the cameras and all these technical things. So
Yeah,
Dunya,
I will not use the camera now for other things. I
okay.
want only to say hello again after a long time, and it is a pleasure to see you again here. And yeah, I would like to tell you that we in a special group works with a sense of idea in different projects. And one project we did is to organize a journal. It is a journal. It comes 2 times in Germany on the table. It is Zeitschrift für Theaterpädagogik. And in the chat, I brought the links where you can go to get it or to inform yourself about the content. We work together in this journal with the title Perspectives on Theater and Performance Traditions in Africa. We work together with 9 countries, and from these countries, yeah, researchers wrote articles about the theater education situation in Africa, and it is a really fruitful collaboration we installed about it. And we would like to invite to go to this website of Schipri Verlag. This is a publisher house to look in the content, and if you want, you can order it. The other project I would like to yeah, inform you about it. It is a project, a film project between Mercy Mirembe Nantangere and Perpetual Mforbe Tiangong. Mercy is from the Makerere University in Uganda. Perpetual Mforbe Tiangong is originally from Cameroon, but she lives in diaspora in Germany, and she is now the project leader of our project. It is called Artistic Biographies Transcultural. And this project works over 2 years. It started in 2024 and will end in March 2026. This is founded by the Foundation Innovation in Learning Processes. And in this project, we work with the topics intergenerationality and feminism and autobiography and transdifference. And it is a very interesting work because this project brings together 3 countries, Brazil and Germany and Uganda. And students will, or they are in the process, or in the end of the process, they produced a film about the biographies of these 3 professors to compare the ways and to compare the different way to work with theater and art, visual art and education in 3 countries. And it is under the perspective of the young people. It is very interesting, and the process was a big challenge and but very good work. And we have 3 international film teams, one in Brazil, one in Uganda, and one in Germany. And we had, fortunately, the possibility to meet for 3 weeks in February this year to develop a questionnaire together, or the students did it. And from this space, they interviewed us. Parallel to this film product, documentary film, we are producing a book about this project and the way it worked. And very important, I think, is also that in this film, really the voice of students are in the center. And this intergenerational aspect is very, very important for us. So in the end of this project, there will be a conference in Rostock. You are invited for it. It is in the time from the 5th till 7th March. I gave also in the chat the address, the website, the web address that you can inform yourself about this conference. And we will show the film, and we'll have a book launch to bring the book to the audience. And you are invited for it. Okay, maybe it is enough information for the beginning now. Okay, maybe you have questions you can ask me.
Thank you, Marion. And we still fondly think about the wonderful General Council meeting we had in Rostock and all your conferences that you organized, and also the conference we had in Makerere University. So it is really amazing that you are developing these projects with colleagues from Africa, from South America, and it is really something that brings hope to all of us, that we should connect and we should have this opportunity. And I hope that in some moment, as an IDEA online activity, we could be able to present the film also and to share it with the community.
Yes, I think that we can send a trailer to the IDEA website,
Great.
and then we will, about Vimeo, give you a code that you can look this film. This film is produced in English or with English subtitles.
Thank you so much. Does anybody have a question for Marion? Or we can go on with Olafur and Ausa from Reykjavik, Iceland. So maybe if there is no one, we can give the floor to Reykjavik. So please, thank you, Marion, very much, and give our regards to Mercy.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
Happy anniversary. Can you say that on this day?
Happy IDEA Day.
Happy IDEA Day. We come from Iceland, and we are here in Iceland, 389,000 people, always glad.
Yes.
That's us. I'm the chair of FLIS, the Icelandic Association, Drama Association, and Ólafur is in the board. And we want to talk a little about the IDIDEA Day in Iceland. We have been doing a lot those last years. Last year we just went into the media. We had interviews and we wrote a paper. And the year before we were doing the bells, which I like a lot. And we always put our flag up. And people ask, why are you having this flag now? Of course, because it's IDEA Day. Don't you know what that is? And then all comes. And we have found out that 3 years ago we did send to all the schools in Iceland a drama holistic thing to take with teachers. And we found out this was a very good way to get into all the schools and talk to people. So we sent to every headmaster, because we have around 200 schools in Iceland.
This year. We sent it this year.
Yep, and we also sent it 3 years ago.
Yeah.
And we sent it now, and it got a very many letters from
Response. Yeah.
headmasters to tell us that, yes, we want to do this. Do we have more? And that's good. And we wanted to share this with you guys.
It's about Cinderella. It's a Cinderella, like a Cinderella play, but with participation of many kids at the same time. So they can choose the sentences the persons in the play are saying. So that's kind of the preliminary part of the play, is like everybody's writing sentences for the persons, for the characters. So then there's a narrator and everybody's participating. So we just decided to send that. Yeah, because it's easy to do. So, and just to let them know that there's this IDEA Day and that there's this, organization or whatever, promoting drama.
And we did pick Cinderella because they are creating the play. The kids. Yeah,
they're saying the
not
sentences.
Us.
Yeah.
So we think that's very important, as you know. That drama is just about they are doing all the things, we are just there in the background, the teachers.
Yeah, and it's also fun. It's a fun game.
Yep. So we were thinking of giving you this Cinderella play, game, drama, process drama, and you can do it in your country. We did translate it to English.
Swiftly.
Swiftly. Hope
with the help of our friend.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is, a certain person online. Or person.
And we are gonna give it to you. Just share it, and you can just copy it over.
Yeah.
Can we share it?
How can we share it? Attach? We can.
Donia, can we share it? Or shall we just put it in the chat?
Yeah, just share it in chat.
In the chat.
Oh, wait, yeah.
Hvað ertu að gera núna?
I'm doing something wrong now.
Ná, hér in the chat.
Yeah, in the chat.
Já.
Wait. No, I'm doing something wrong.
Já, þú
Wait.
ert alveg.
It doesn't work.
Hvað varst að gera?
Okay, now.
I know.
Yeah. Okay.
Ok, og það
So,
er á hérna desktopnum, heitir Cinderella.
File.
Desktop.
Where's that? Desktop?
Your computer, já.
Okay.
Það er á bílan Cinderella, CH, neðar. Hvar er það?
Okay, we can maybe share it later. Then
Nei,
you
ég
know.
finnur það bara. Það er á bílan neðist.
Okay, there is this file thing, and then you just attach a file to it, so it will be shared in chat. Maybe it takes a moment.
Desktop, yeah. Þarna.
There it
And
is.
it is okay because we can also share it through different channels in IDEA. If you
Of
just
course.
forward it
Yeah.
to Dina.
It's done.
It's done, it's on the chat.
Super. Thank
It's
you so
launched.
much.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And share it wherever. Thank you so
What
much.
we want to say is that just try it with everybody and send it to every school. So they can just get drama, which is the main thing in the world today. Yeah.
And brings hope to everyone.
Always.
I want to thank you, and I just want to remind everyone that that there is another I can say function that you have that is very important for us in IDEA, because Oliver is our vice president, and Ausa is the president of the General Meeting Committee. And I want to thank you now on IDEA Day for the wonderful work you're doing for our association and how much you're contributing. FLIS is strong. FLIS made a congress a few years ago, so we want to thank you officially now for IDEA Day.
Thank
for
you.
this.
Thank you, Sanja, for all your work.
Yeah, and all of you who are here.
Yeah.
Thank you. So we have traveled from Germany to Iceland, and now maybe it would be a good idea to go a little bit back, and maybe for the beginning I could read the IDEA Day message that I wrote for this IDEA Day in 2025. So I will start. This year it will be the 18th time we are celebrating IDEA Day, since Tinti Karppinen from Finland proposed it should be celebrated. Themes of the IDEA Day celebration have changed over the years. This year, the year when we find ourselves in confusion about the darkness and destruction that seems to prevail in the world, we have decided to have the theme Drama Theatre for Hope as the main focus of the 2025 IDEA Day. I would like to give a subtitle of my IDEA Day message as Hope in Action. Just being and hoping in these radical times is not enough. We are not in the position to sit and wait for better times to come, for things to resolve by themselves. Rebecca Sonlit writes that hope is an embrace of the unknown and the unknowable, and also an axe you break down doors with in an emergency. We are in the times of radical hope, as explained by Jonathan Lear. Radical hope means grounding ourselves in the possibilities and making proactive efforts to transform them into promise. It is believing that there are ways to move forward, to survive, resist, and prevail, without knowing exactly where we will be when we arrive. The work we do in our field of drama, theater, and education implies actually that reimagining the future, recreating the world and ourselves in every drama class through every process. Through our work, we present ourselves and our essence to the world. We have the possibility to transform in this process, and by transforming ourselves, we transform the world. I can witness this impact on drama theater pedagogues, teachers, students, theater professionals as they travel around the world, attending events organized by our members, conferences, congresses, festivals, where I have the honor to deliver keynote speeches, speak on panels, or conduct workshops. Just recently, on the congress organized by Contemporary Drama Association from Turkey, and I'm happy Zeki is here also in Ankara, during the process of describing their life journey and mapping all the most important life-changing events in my devising theater workshop, almost all the participants marked the year in their life when they encountered drama theater and how it changed their life. Some described it like a flower starting to bloom in their hearts. Some described it as at last finding peace and creativity for themselves. Some as at last expressing, resisting, creating for a better future. In the conference in Bucharest, organized by UNATC, that was just recently held now in November, a young mother said that when she watched her children perform and present in a drama theater class, it is as if she saw them for the first time for who they truly are. Drama theater helps us get to know and understand ourselves and understand the world we live in. But it also has a proactive role of changing the reality, at least in this time, while the workshop, class, drama process, theater activity is happening. And the only way to change the present is, first of all, to start imagining what it could actually look like in a better world. I believe that we are capable of making this effort, of opening this possibility, of casting the light on us, making us visible, the goodness and hope we bring with what we do, also bringing the light with us, the light of hope and change. We must change the paradigm of being on the margin to being in the center of education, life, and humanity. What we bring are essential skills needed for us as humans to be able to sustain, survive, and develop. We have the power of confronting all the dark issues of AI and digitalization. On the other hand, embracing the good points they bring by fighting for our work that demands physical presence and embodied practices. We must convince the world that by marginalizing us, it is marginalizing the possibility of well-being and inner growth, and diminishing the possibility of working on the ecology of the soul. We do need to work on it as diligently as we work on ecology in the world around us. Our inner worlds are as fragile and sometimes polluted, darkened by so many factors. This resilience, strength, this way of continuing must be expressed firmly and patiently for all to see. For this year's UNESCO International Week of Arts Education, we decided to use strong words, just as we made the decision in our declarations not to ask anymore, but to demand. And words have energy in themselves. So we will not bow down, but continue to create hope in action in every class, every workshop, every time we do our work in drama, theater, and education. We will not bow down, but create hope in action. And now I would like to repeat the words from the World Alliance for Arts Education statement from May for the 2025 UNESCO Arts Education Week. And these words were written by Teresa Essa, our colleague from INSEE. We arts educators from all areas of arts, we will not bow down. Through arts in education, we address social justice and climate justice issues. We foster empathy and understanding. Facing the current state of global violence, we will not bow down. We pledge for artistic expression as a tool of dialogue, reconciliation, and inclusivity. Facing the current state of bipolarization, racism, and xenophobia, we will stand up strongly against them. We pledge for democratic citizenship, and peace building. So this is the IDEA Day message, and it is really proactive because we have to find a way to reach out and to work for hope and not only wait for things to get better by themselves. Now, I would like to share some really important news that is happening here in IDEA, and that is that we have reconstructed the website that has been for a while in a different design. So now it is launched. We call it a soft launch. What that means actually that we are going to work on it more. There are some parts that are missing. But what is really important is that soon we will have a members only part where members will be able to share their valuable practices, workshop descriptions, some internal administrative work of IDEA that maybe members should know, especially because we want to work in a very transparent and open manner towards our membership. So maybe Dunya, who our administrator, who has been working very hard on the website together with Maria, our web designer, and myself. Maybe you can tell us a little more and maybe also share the screen or show us some parts of the website.
Well, I will share the screen because I think that is the best. It's a visual thing, so it's best to look at it. And I also share the link in the chat for anyone who wants to see by themselves. So as you see, it's much more bright than the previous version. There are many other things, there are many new things. I want to say that we have this sort of leitmotif with these drawings by our member from the Netherlands, Adriana Nichting. So, you know, it's visually pleasing, I think. There's a lot of explanation about our work, about who we are, about our members. And this page, as Sanya said, the members only page, it is still in construction and it will be available soon. For all of the members, they will have their username and password, and they can send us their content that they want to share with other IDEA members, such as resources and similar things, and then you can log in our website and access that information. So I think it will be a nice way for you to communicate among yourselves. And that's shortly it. I think it's better for you to go on it and explore it and etc. So yeah, thank you.
What we are happy to say is that IDEA, besides the congresses that we organize every 3 years, and the next one will be in Turkey in 2027, we are also endorsing a lot of regional and international events that our members are organizing. And this is amazing that is happening. We had in March, we had our endorsed conference in Athens. In July, we had an endorsed conference in Singapore. In October, I think, we had, end of October, we had the endorsed conference in Bucharest, then endorsed congress in Turkey, in Ankara, and the last one this year will be again in China, in Beijing, where there will be a big congress also dedicated to drama, theater, and education. And it is really valuable that now we also have guidelines considering endorsement. So we invite our members to contact us if they want their event endorsed. And IDEA will give all the possible support, visibility, invitation for this event. So thank you, Dunya. And I just want to say that we are very, very lucky to have Dunya Jokic-Matulic as our IDEA administrator, because she's here with the heart, not only as a job, something that she needs to do, but really something that she believes in. Also, as we have collaborated for many years through CEDEUM, and she knows really well what the field is, what we are involved in. So thank you, Dunya. I think this is also a day to say thank you to all the people who are working so hard for IDEA. Okay, Marion, goodbye. Thank you so much. I know you have to leave, and also Ausa and Olafur have to teach soon. So it was lovely having you on this webinar. We will continue. And maybe now what we can do is we can talk a little bit about a little bit about advocacy, and then we will go back with go and continue with the presentations. So I would like to share with you this little PowerPoint I have prepared. We all know that advocacy is important. Advocacy is something, it's hard proof, the research, the documents that are produced, hard proof for knocking on doors of politicians, of different stakeholders, of maybe people who are providing funding for our field. So this is the reason why we find it's also important to talk about a little bit about what is happening, considering world documents and advocacy. So what I can say is that, as you know, in Abu Dhabi in 2024, the new framework for culture and arts education was actually ratified by many ministers of culture from all over the world. And here you have the QR code. If somebody didn't yet see this document, that is really important. What I'm proud to say is that IDEA, together with our colleagues from World Alliance for Arts Education, contributed greatly in the creation of the framework, because through our activities and survey and questionnaire that we send to all our members, so not only IDEA, but in SEA, ISME, World Dance Alliance, all the other arts education fields, we gathered information about the needs and what are actually what is happening in our fields with the practitioners in the world. Then I just want to very quickly go through what are the aims. It's prioritizing culture and arts education in teacher training, emphasizing local and indigenous culture and heritage in the classroom, recognizing the contribution of artistic and cultural skills to the professional world, with the highlights of being training teachers. That is really a high priority worldwide. The importance of technology and digital learning. It's a recommendation of using AI and digital learning, but also with caution, with ethical considerations, and so on. Indigenous and traditional knowledge, important for flourishing art education worldwide. And then this year in October, end of September, October, there was another very, very big ministerial conference in Barcelona called Mondia Cult. Mondia Cult happens every 4 years. About 4 years ago, it was in Mexico. I had the honor to present WAE and IDEA on this important meeting. And I can only, not to go into detail, stress that one of the most important for us presentation and documents that was produced as a result and also presented at this conference was the implementation guidance for the UNESCO framework for culture and arts education. And here you have a QR code if anybody would like to access this document, even though if you just go to the UNESCO website, it's very easy to get it. And they have many very good and useful advice, explanations about the framework, also case studies. And this, I use the opportunity right now to ask members to present their successful projects, their successful practices, and to share it worldwide through the UNESCO platform that is now created, that gathers all the best practices considering arts education in one place. So I think it's very important that drama education is more visible and that we share as much as possible our practices on this platform. So this is it. I hope I have not taken too much time, because this is as I say, this is something sometimes very dry and something that is not so interesting as our field itself, the workshops, the work we do, but it is also very, very important. And I really ask you to use this. The ministers of culture, the authorities from your countries have signed that they agree with the framework, that it should be implemented, that arts education and drama theater education is important. It is something that we have to remind them of all the time and not wait for them to put the framework into a drawer and put it in the desk and just forget about it. What we can do, and I want really to ask you to do this worldwide action, is to translate it into your languages. We have translated it here in Serbia, in Serbian. I know that Joachim told us that they translated it in German, and we are going to launch it now as part of the IDEA Day week, I can say. It still needs some adaptation, and we will try to promote it through our CEDEUM website. Maybe it would be a good idea also on the new IDEA website that is reconstructed to have all the versions of the framework in different languages of the world from our members. Maybe that would be a useful thing to do. And some of our languages are similar. Serbian is almost the same as Croatian, so maybe our colleagues from the Croatian Center for Drama Education can use it, or maybe you can also share. German is also spoken in many countries. Maybe they can just use the versions that are already translated. So this is it, considering some talk about IDEA matters, about IDEA webpage, and about advocacy. I would really like to ask Zeki Ozen, who is our Director of Research, to share something. Zeki, are you here? To share about their recent Congress and what is happening in Turkey for IDEA Day.
Hello, everyone. Hope you're all fine. And thank you very much, Sanya, for letting me to share. And I will try my best to give some informations about our last Congress, because we are doing our Congress on purpose in November, because we think that in this month we have to celebrate IDEA Day. We call in Turkey World Drama Day, let's say. So we are celebrating with many activities. So one of them is usually our International Congress. But for instance, we are going to do our next International Congress in May. But I will give some details about our last Congress, as I said. So I'm going to share some screen to let you know. I will give the details about the workshops, what sort of workshops we did in our Congress. It was nearly more than 700 people attended to our Congress. Sanya was there, Nikos was there, so it was really nice to have them here as our guests and as our workshop leaders. So here is the workshops. We have some workshops for 3 hours, for 6 hours, and you see. And some of our workshops are from led by our national workshop leaders, and some of them were international workshop leaders. So you see the names. Some of them are from out of Turkey. Some of them are from Turkey, you see. And Jonathan Nilens was our honorary guest. So we gave him a lifelong time achievement. When you go through to the workshop details, you see what's happened in their workshops. So in 3 hours workshops, we have friends from Greece, Christina, and also we have friends from Germany, Elizabeth Anna, and also we had Jonathan Nilens. Tülay Üstündağ, Pınar Özdemir Şimşek, Sinem Çol, and Algül Kalayince was from our Turkish leaders. When you come to 6 hours workshops, they were all full, by the way. and some of the workshops happened twice. Benny Troy from Italy and Clemens Schaub from Germany. Ivan couldn't make it, but he was from Hungary. He couldn't make it to come. And Sanya from Serbia, our president, lovely president, and Christina and Nikos from Greece was our international workshop leaders. And Sinan Işık, Gökhan Karaosmanoğlu, Yasin Yürekli, me, Zeki Özen, Yonca Ender Sekmen, and Nami Eren Beştepe was our other workshop leaders. So we had the chance to do for 4 days, and it was really full with oral presentations, with workshops, and with some keynote speeches, which was really lovely. Maybe Sanya could share some short impressions from the Congress. And what we are doing usually in IDEA Day, we have also our national declaration. Every year we give a kind of responsibility to one of our teachers in Turkey who put his or her effort to IDEA Day. As I mentioned before, we called it World Drama Day. So this year, Nami Eren Beştepe, one of our lovely workshop leader, association member, and he took lots of responsibility in boards as well in different years, wrote the national declaration. And if you let me, I would love to share the national declaration, and I would love to read it as well. I think that you can see my screen. You can see that in the screen. Yeah, good. It says the National Declaration for IDEA Drama Day, we are responsible. Art can be named as one of the very first steps in humanity's developmental journey, followed soon after by philosophy and science. This is a difficult process that stretches from thousands of years ago to today. It has never been easy for human beings. It is also clear that everything human beings have created and produced for humanity has at times come about in spite of human beings themselves. Today, the developments in science, art, philosophy, technology, and almost every field are the fastest and the most advanced of all time. The developments are immensely valuable for the quality of human living environments and for human well-being. Yet, alongside all these important advances, we once again seem to be living through a period that unfolds in spite of human beings. In our present day, global, regional, and local wars and conflicts arising from different causes strip many people of their right to life, while the unequal and unjust conditions they create negatively affect the living conditions of millions. In Turkey, similarly, while positive developments are taking place on the one hand, on the other hand, we are confronted with inequalities in benefiting from these developments. We also witness situations in which knowledge is elicited, ignorance is glorified, and lawlessness, lack of courtesy, selfishness, worthlessness, and vulgar ostentation come to the fore. A human being is human through all their relationships with themselves, with other people, with the society they live in, with other living beings, with nature, with objects, and so on. We see the human being and everything related to the human being also in drama. In drama sessions, within an environment where everyone is equal, we think together, question, discuss, create, and share together. Undoubtedly, Drama is neither a magic wand that solves everything, nor a method or field in which every problem finds a solution. However, we all know that drama offers a rich field both for the kind of education needed to positively develop human qualities and for internalizing and truly absorbing that education. Up to now, much has been said about what drama is. Of course, drama constantly evolves, it continuously produces new solutions for new needs. It is as if we are evolving into a new era. As people who are engaged with drama, we both witness all that is happening and are exposed to it. As we approach the completion of the first quarter of the 21st century, these days will be days in which new responsibilities for those involved in drama are discussed. In these days and the period ahead, we are responsible for giving more space in our workshops to universal values and the positive developments of humanity, for striving to ensure that participants of all ages engage more and on sound foundations with science, art, philosophy, and technology. For each of us as drama educators and as a drama community to revisit the grounds and motivations of our engagement with drama, for reviewing and further developing the responsibilities regarding drama that we have previously acknowledged. For while doing all this, helping one another feel more strongly that we stand side by side and that we are a large community. And again, while doing these things, for knowing the limits of what we can do and perhaps expanding those limits a little. For all those, we are responsible. With the wish that our circles may continue to exist in many years to come, years in which, in spite of human beings, has been reduced to a minimum and in which beauties are experienced and shared by all humanity. May our 27 November IDEA Drama Day be a happy one. Nami Eren Beştepe, my dearest colleague. So this is our national declaration. Excuse my English in some of pronunciation of in some words. What we are usually doing as a tradition, we are gathering with our members at the night of the World IDEA Day, World Drama Day. And today we are going together with our members again. What we are going to do, we are going to share our experiences, we are going to socialize, and also we are going to read our international declaration and national declaration at the same time. So we already translated Sanya's declaration to Turkish. Bye bye Alsa and Olafur. It was really nice to see you. Take care and have a nice course and classes. Bye bye. And so we're going to read the national and international declaration as Joachim translated to German. We also translated it to Turkish. So we are going to share with our members. And also our association has different branches and also in different parts of the Turkey. All branches has their own kind of celebration. So I have already get some messages from different branches of our association. Some of them are going to celebrate with, with a supper. Some of them are going to watch a theater play. Some of them are going to play some games, and some of them are going to do some improvisations in different parts of the Turkey as our branches, as I said. So this is so far what we are going to do in Turkey and what we did in our recent international congress. So thank you very much for listening to me, and thank you very much for letting me to share.
Thank you so much, Zeki. And we are so much looking forward for 2027 and the IDEA Congress in Ankara. This is something that we are excited about, and especially because we know that your association is very strong and very good in organizing these important congresses. So we believe that it will be successful.
Thank
I
you,
had the
Sayın
pleasure
Hoca.
to meet the dean from the University of Ankara that will be hosting our 2027 Congress when I was in Ankara recently at your Congress. And it's really a beautiful campus. So I think it's going to be a very successful Congress. So Ausa and Olafur had to leave, but we are still here. And I want to invite you, as Zeki just presented what is happening in Turkey. Please, if you have some little video or photograph or information, it's not late to send it till the end of the week. We will publish it on our IDEA social media because it's IDEA Day is really important for us, and we want to just showcase what is happening around the world. We can go on, and I would really now like to travel from maybe this part of the world all the way to China. I'm very happy and glad to welcome our two members from China, William Yip and Miao Bin. Miao Bin is also our director of projects of IDEA. So it would be very, very nice if you could share what you're doing with in China, considering drama teachers in rural areas. So this is really hopeful because drama education has to go to every corner of our countries. So the floor is yours, William and Miao Bin.
Thank you, Sanya. Actually, William and I, we are now both in Beijing. We are both in the Symposium of Drama Education organized by Central Academy of Drama. So today we have met, I think, around 140 teachers from all over China here. But actually, last week, we were in the East China, and we both there, and because we co-organized the event, also a kind of a seminar for drama education, but in the rural school. So today, on this very special IDEA Day, we would like to share together what we have done for the drama teachers in the rural areas in China. So I now share my PowerPoint. Just a second. Where is it? All right. Give me a second. Here. Okay. Oh no, not this one. Sorry.
Do you want me to share? I can share for you.
Oh, okay, I found it.
Okay, good.
This one. Yeah. Okay. You can see it, right? Yeah. So the title is for the
Sorry,
drama
Miao
education.
Bin, can you
Yes.
please make it a little bit bigger because it's
Full,
quite.
yeah, go full screen because we see your whole program, you know. So just
It's
go
not full
full
screen
screen.
now.
No.
No,
Okay, just a second.
yeah,
Let me
yeah.
make it a full screen and share.
That happens all the
And
time.
yeah, I know. Yes. And here. Is full screen now?
Yes, it's great.
Okay,
Thank you.
great. Okay. Yeah, so actually what we found, not only in the schools in the cities, but also actually in the rural schools in China, the drama education can becoming a driving power for innovation, for the education innovation. So we will start from what we done last week was in the rural school in Zhejiang province, which is in the East China. In the whole school, there are around 500 students, which is it's a very small school in China. For example, in my school, in my own school now, we have around 1,500 students in the primary section. So this seminar was organized by the 8 co-organizers. So I have listed all the names. So you can see most of them are the charity foundations. And also there are some from the universities and also my own drama education lab. So before the seminar, we had several meetings online, talk about together because all the organizers are from different areas of China, but all of them are working on the drama education or the art education to support the teachers and the students in the rural areas in China. So let's see, this is the school in 2015. You can see how the school was like. The conditions were very, very poor. And then also you can see the students. The students, they are not only from the village because the Zhejiang province is China. It's a fast developing economy. So there are many people from other provinces. They come to this province to find work, find jobs there. So their children will come together with them. But while the parents were working, the children they are left alone, and also their life conditions are not very satisfying. So they need to work by themselves. So they need to take care of themselves. Also, the living conditions are not very good. Um, Also, the first time I was there, the teachers also told me because I think it's a global issue. The children after school they have nothing to do, so most of them are playing with mobile phones or with short videos. So they are very worrying about it. And now, this year, you can see how the school was like now. All the changes are because of they have a new principal from since 2015. He made a lot of efforts to change everything of the school, not only the facilities, but also the courses, the teachers, and also the curriculum. So about the curriculum, you can see, of course, in Chinese, it is from the grade 1 to grade 6, and most of the courses are about the readings in Chinese language. So the school, they are really emphasizing reading. And uh, uh, 2 years ago, before 2 years ago, and what they do is after all the readings, they buy some scripts from some organizations, and then they organize the students to rehearse and to perform. But then they found that the outcomes are not very good. So they found a charity foundation which called the Zhejiang Zhipu charity foundation, and they're asking for support to the drama education. And then the foundation found me to be the mentor for the school as a drama education mentor. So you can see there is a very long line in green, which is the children's theater. So now they add one thing, which is children's theater, into the curriculum. But actually, before I step in their curriculum, actually before that, they have already with drama for 10 years. So go back to 2017, they already had their first version, which is the textbook plays for the project-based learning in traditional Chinese medicine. And then they went to the second version, which is enriching the students' curricular experience, which means they have drama activities or performances for every class of the school, which is they are doing. Actually, you can see in the photo there are performances and with many audiences, which are children, but in fact they have no stage. They have no theater in their school. They only have a platform in open air. And then they went to the third version in 2020. Uh, they start to use the entire book reading for the children theater courses. So every grade they read one book, and after they read the book, they use some Chinese language classes to rehearse, and then they have like a theater festival in the end of the semester. That's in the end of the third version. That's why when they found the problems in all the whole project, because they found the children are not at the center of the whole course. So since October 2023, I step in the project. So it goes to the fourth version. I went to the school to give the teacher training for the teachers there. So it from the children's theater to drama education. Um, I basically what we do is first I went to the school and provided drama education training for the teachers in the school. I have been there almost every half a year, and also I give open class with their children and to show the teachers how the drama class is like, and also, but actually only that is not enough because the teachers there they cannot imagine how the real drama classes are like. So then we organize some of the teachers. They fly from the East China to West China to my school, the Tianfu Number 7 High School, and they follow our drama classes for 3 or 4 days. Basically, we don't change any program for our daily program for them. We just ask them to follow our program, and they observe our drama classes and they also our rehearsals and our some drama projects activities. And then they got that is the point. That's a turning point. They get the idea of how the real drama classes are like. And then they got the idea. They made a very detailed notes and then bring back to their schools. And then they started to practice in their own classes. And also in the summer vacation, we also have the teachers training in Hangzhou, in also Hangzhou City in East China for the teachers. Basically, what we do is we spend 3 days together, and I help them to design the curriculums for the next semester, so they have something to be prepared. Um, and then we have this after 1.5 year, this school they already make drama classes for all the classes in their school, and every children will have one drama class per week, and every and in the first second year of their school, basically they use drama games and as a content. But from the third to sixth, they use the entire book reading and combined with drama education. And also what I taught them is they use the methods of drama education to produce the plays. So this changed a lot. And then actually last year, the symposium was the first symposium was organized in our school last year. And this year, we are discussing where to organize this symposium. And then all the organizers decide to put the symposium in this rural school. Actually, from my what I have known, this is the first time to organize this a national symposium in a rural school. It's a very tiny school actually, so it's a challenging for them. And the teachers, educators from all over China, they came to this small school and to observe what is really happening in the school. So I will hand over to William, and he will introduce what happened in this symposium. Okay, William.
Thank you, Melvin. I will try to make it short so we won't be taking too much of your time. But before I move forward, I really want to share with you the reason why we are bringing 8 different organizations organizing this symposium in a rural school. Imagining we have around 40 million left behind children in China, in rural districts, in rural regions. And if we can bring more charitable foundations, more school leaders, more teachers, then we have hope to serve the 40 plus million rural school students that needs drama for hope. So I think that brings the reason why we're sharing this, because I think theater is not just to bring activities. Theater is not just bring children for some performances. It's actually bring hope, bring peace, bring positive emotions and relationship for young people in rural schools. So I quickly glanced through the slides with you in the symposium. At first, we have Miao Bing leading the workshops to get the teachers to connect with each other, know each other. And then on the right-hand side, we have the school leader of the rural school, of this particular rural school that we visited to explain like what happened in the past 10 years, what happened, why he thought theater drama is a good idea for changing the schools and changing the way of teaching and learning. Next, please. Next slide. Yeah. And then we actually had two performances performed by the children. They took like a semester long. They created the performances. And then we visited like two teachers, and they are local rural school teachers. And they are actually be empowered by the collective force, by Miaobin's leading, teaching, and also the school leaders' empowerment. So they are becoming the drama teachers, local drama teachers for the school. Next slide. And then after we actually observed the classes, we gather all the people, all the participants from charitable foundations, from local and from rural schools, from different backgrounds. We gather, we talked about, we just debated about what we see, what we like, what we think, things might be improved, etc., etc. And then in the afternoon, I presented a research that I presented actually in Athens in March this year to share with the rural school teachers, actually using the positive psychology framework, the PERMA framework. We can measure actually the students are being more emotionally more resilient. After they had drama. And also, we invited a rural school teacher from another rural region in China, Miss Du, to share with her experience leading drama activities, drama classes in her school. Next slide. Yeah, and then we had, well, that's another day. Then we had, the same day we had the World Cafe. We talked about the challenges. We talked about, all the possibilities that we can do. And then in the evening, we did a collective workshop together based on a local Chinese legend called the foolish old man who moved the mountains, but we adapted it into a new version. Next slide. And then the other day we talked about, whether we should see performances as like the necessary outcome of drama education, or should we put more emphasis on process or on production or on performance? But actually, in the end, well, that's my quick conclusion. No matter we see from different perspective, we see children. We see no matter it's a performance-based or process-based, we want to serve the children to give them real dramatic experience so they can express themselves, they can be confident, they can, rethink about themselves, their relationship with others, and their relationship with the world. So next slide, please. So actually, right after the seminar, we have done two things. So we have already confirmed that we're going to do the same symposium for rural schools next year in November. So that's one thing. And also, actually, all the well, not all, but most of the co-organizers of this particular symposium, we will be organizing a forum in the IDEA National Congress IDEA National Conference in Beijing in December, focusing on rural schools drama education again. So we hope with all the talks and all the sharing, all the gatherings, we're bringing more people together to see the power of drama for rural schools in China, and more, not just rural schools, but also for urban schools, suburban schools in China. So I think that's the end of the presentation. But before I finish, I would like to call for an action for all the participants who are with us today, because I want to share our pictures, our celebration on my Facebook. But yesterday in Hong Kong, we had like a big fire, and it actually burnt down five high rises, killed 50 people, injured at least 88 people, and actually having 200 people still missing. So I would like to invite you to write a little message on the comments, and also not just to Hong Kong, but also to people around the world who are suffering from disasters, from wars, from disturbance, from all the sad things. So, with the message, with our thoughts, I would like to invite you to send the thoughts, your prayers, your good energy, your good vibe to people around the world who are suffering today, right now, right here. Thank you all.
Thank you so much, Miao
Thank
Bin
you.
and William. If you could just stop sharing, Miao Bin,
Yes.
the screen, please. Thank you so much. Yes, I have heard about the fire. It's really devastating news, and this is just exactly why we decided to call this theme, or call this IDEA Day, Drama Theater for Hope, because we all need hope and we all need support, and we have to think of our well-being, and to continue and to bring hope with what we do. Thank you also for this initiative. I just want to say that I really admire all that you're doing. I had the privilege and the honor to be in Tianfu, number 7 school in Chengdu, with Miao Bin and Yuan Yan. And this was for me really an amazing experience. And also I had the pleasure to listen to William Yip on the conference in Athens. And it was also so remarkable. I felt so proud that you're IDEA members and that you're doing all these amazing things in China. Maybe I want to just add one more sentence about what does it mean left behind children, and what does it mean, as you said, in rural areas. It is, as William explained very well in Athens, it is about children whose parents are maybe working in another city and in another part of China. And these children are taken usually to their grandparents in some very small village in China, and they feel completely displaced. They feel they do not belong. There is not too much cultural or other content in these areas. So I think what you're doing is really fascinating, and I congratulate you for this work, both of you. Thank you so much for spreading the hope and the good work around. So now from China, actually now both of you are in Beijing, but we are now traveling all the way to Australia. I would like to invite Nina Rossini from Drama Australia to tell us about what is happening in Australia and how Drama Australia is celebrating the IDEA Day, or the Day for Drama, Theatre and Education. So Nina, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Sanya. Well, Drama Victoria in Melbourne always has their conference at this time of the year, and it was just by pure magic that today was the first day of the conference at Drama Victoria, and then there's another day tomorrow. But also, I think what coincided beautifully was that, and I wasn't part of the organisation. I just came there. I went to help in the organisation for today. So it was called Spotlight. The conference this year, and I think the aim was to put a spotlight on the need for drama education, because we're suffering a lot with the reduction of the power of the importance of teaching drama in schools and throughout Australia, actually. And so Drama Australia is taking very big steps in trying to see how we can help push those boundaries, not like you said, Sanya, not just, really be active and proactive in making sure that, in my school, for example, it's gone down enormously, the subject. So it's a big fight that we've got in Australia. The parents in particular are encouraging their children to do the science subjects because they're safer. So it's all this post-COVID stuff that we've talked about before. But what was beautiful today was that it was a celebration of what we as drama teachers leave the legacy we leave behind without even realizing the effects that we have on children as they grow up and they take their, they move into their lives and the skills that they bring with them. That what we do, and sometimes we're not even aware that we're doing it, we give our children hope for the future about being who they are, because they have a chance to explore who they are in the drama classroom together with their mates. And of course, it's much harder to teach drama. I don't know whether it's happening worldwide, but certainly we teachers in Australia are realising that there are lots of hurdles, lots of well-being issues that we are not really equipped to work with. But in drama, we have that freedom to explore with the students to help them build their strength as human beings, because that's what it's all about. And so today was wonderful because in that moment, and I sent Dunya a beautiful photo when the keynote was talking about how he, actually a great comedian, well-known comedian, how he went through the journey of his drama classes and his drama teachers, and how they helped shape him. With very little things that we do, not big things, maybe a phrase or two. And talking about that, when we lit our phones because we didn't have the bells, and we acknowledged that today was IDEA Day. This is a like this. There it is, and it was just a beautiful moment of coinciding what's happening in the world for drama education and what was happening at the conference. And of course, if you can see, there's Richard Sellis and Joe Raphael there at the front, and we sort of really really moved it along so that we could sort of make sure that everybody was celebrating a really beautiful group of drama teachers, dedicated drama teachers, working young and some of us older ones, really continuing to sort of raise the flag for drama education. So that was a really great moment. There's also a little film that we sent, just a little snapshot of the workshops. But one of the things I also want to emphasize is that one of the beautiful things and the big things that have been happening in Australia in drama education is the space that we're giving to teaching Indigenous content in the drama classroom. So there's been a lot of work done, and Drama Australia will shortly actually publicise the guidelines, the new guidelines that have been developed over the last couple of years about teaching Indigenous content, because one of the most important things is that we have to acknowledge. And in fact, anything that we do, and I was going to do this right at the beginning, so if you don't mind, I just want to read what we do before we do a workshop, before we do presentations, and even in schools. Okay, it's just an acknowledgement. So it says, we would like to acknowledge the traditional custodians, very key word, of this land. We pay respect to elders past, present, and emerging. And I think the custodians is the key word, because this is something that the Indigenous culture, that Indigenous people have done over 60,000 years. And they are great teachers for us. And being able to work with them and engage with them and not appropriate, that's the key word. Not to appropriate, but to share content and do it in a respectful way. I think somebody was talking about that earlier. I think Sanya, I think you had some elements of that in your presentation at the beginning. This is where the hope is. This is where I think, as drama educators, we have an opportunity to really instill in our young people the right way to behave, the right way to be, the right way to think. Now, they are bombarded with media. They're bombarded with the internet. They're bombarded with all sorts of things that we can't control. But one thing that we can help control is to help them think individually, to help them relate to the person next to them, You know how hard it is these days for them to break those barriers that they have sort of developed over the last few years. The young kids who who caught up in all that sort of horrible COVID phase. There's a lot of well-being work being done in the schools, and the beautiful thing this Drama Victoria has done beautifully is what they've connected the work of welfare with drama and promoting it and getting funding. So not saying, oh, we're going to go and do some drama activities. They're talking about doing well-being through drama. And that opens a lot of space for the government to provide funding. So this is really, really important. Drama Australia is also working, with all the associations, and Joe Raphael has initiated hot topics. So we had just a recent hot topics discussion with the different associations because we have those regularly. And some of the key things that we want to talk about is exactly that. How are we going to make drama survive and flourish in the future? The importance is so essential, and it's not seen. It's not seen by principals. It's not seen by parents. It's not seen by the school community. So we are really up against a lot of hard work, but we never give up. So these hot topics are going to be really interesting discussions of how we're going to, actually physically make drama visible and the importance. So basically, that's what I wanted to say. And I was just taking some notes as well. So I'm delighted to continue another year with my role, and I was sort of slowly phasing out, but I will never phase out. Never. People say, "Oh, you're retiring." No, I don't know that word. I don't. It doesn't exist in my vocabulary. I want to keep on working with young people forever. So thank you, and it's been really wonderful to hear all especially the wonderful things that's been happening in the rural schools, because we have the same problem in Australia. The rural schools are really, and luckily, again, Drama Victoria has been doing a lot of work in connecting with the rural teachers because they're completely isolated, to be able to work together. So, and of course, the work that you're doing, combining this wonderful sort of welfare as well as nurturing the students who are so in so much need, how wonderful they will develop as great human beings to bring this land forward, this world forward in a hopeful future for everybody. And I'm very optimistic, very optimistic. Thanks,
Thank you,
Anya.
Nina. Thank you for
Sorry, I do
bringing.
ramble on sometimes. I get a bit carried away, but I can't help it.
No, no,
I'm
no.
Italian.
Thank you so much. I think you have brought a lot of hope and optimism, and I congratulate the Drama Australia and Drama Victoria for all the great work you're doing, and also for forming with our colleagues from Singapore the Asia Pacific Drama Education Alliance. It's really amazing things that you're doing in that part of the world. So I congratulate you, and I love the image with the phones and the light. I
Yes.
think it
Yeah.
works very well, and it's
Yeah.
really so
It
hopeful.
was just a fluke, as we
Yeah,
say.
and this
It
is what
just
we do.
not planned. It just
Yes,
happened, and we brought two things together, and
yeah,
I said, let's send me the photo, send me the photo,
yes,
and
nice.
Paul Danielle kept sending you things tonight because I was there today, so I had to,
Yes.
and as I was on the tram, sending you
Thank you
things.
so
So
much.
thank you very much.
We are really shedding light in the darkness, and it's not only
Yes,
outside
yes,
darkness. We are shedding the light in the darkness of human souls, because the souls are tormented. And this is about well-being. It's about reimagining the future, overcoming the colonizational, patriarchal, capitalistic paradigms that are keep, obsessing us, the patterns that we are somehow brought into and somehow educated into, and we need to break it, and we are doing it in the best possible way, because together with our students, be them if they're children or seniors, we are actually shaping a new reality and towards the future that is a more just reality. So thank you so much again. So now from Australia, we are traveling back to here, and I'm in Belgrade. Today it was snowing a little bit. We just, as our celebration of IDEA Day, a Center for Drama in Education and Art, our member that I also represent in IDEA, always does in November, around the 27th of November, we do our festival called Mater Terra. And the theme of the festival is always ecology and ecology of the soul. So I would just like Dunya, if you have some photos to share. I asked Dunya to help us with the PowerPoint. So what we did was we are really struggling in Belgrade. There are many student protests happening, and it is really demanding for us, and very hard and difficult, because as you know, the students are bringing some hope for a more just and better society, society where the laws will be obeyed, and the active citizens will have an active role. And in Serbia, it's becoming very difficult to do anything because we are completely cut out of funding this year. Also, it's very difficult to get a space where to perform, because with these capitalistic things that are happening, we are really asked to pay a lot of money for the spaces. So we were very lucky and happy to get. So, Dunya, can you go back to the beginning? Sorry. So we were very lucky to get the partnership of the Czech Cultural Center in Belgrade that to host our festival. And because many things are not happening, the universities are blocked. Many high school students have also joined the protest that really demand a more justful and better society. And we just when we sent the call for Mater Terra Festival, we had 42 performances that applied for the festival, and it was impossible to put them in 2 days. But because we were also hosted by the Czech Cultural Center, I asked our colleagues from the Creative Dramatics Association for Czech Republic and DAMU, their academy for theater and the performing arts, that has a department of MA for drama education. And our dear colleagues Katerina Žarnikov and Gabriela Zelena Sitova, to come to Belgrade and be part of the expert team. What was amazing was that it's not only that they came, but actually that they brought with them their students. And not one or two. In the end, they brought actually the students, 9 of them from DAMU, from the Department of Drama Education. So you can go on, Dunya, sorry. What we have is the program. So we were asked that maybe it would be good that the students did workshops. So we had 4 workshops. We had to select, we had in the end 15 performances. And Gabi and Katerina were members of the expert team that watched the performances. What is specific in our festival is not, we do not have competition. We only have, we call it a developmental festival, because we all develop together, we all grow together. And the point is that all the drama pedagogues, all the drama teachers that have brought their performances get a written evaluation from the expert team. How to make the work even better, how to make it more meaningful, and also to emphasize the good points of their work. The workshops by the Czech students were for teenagers, for children, for drama teachers. So that was really amazing. And we decided, because it was very difficult for us, as everything is blocked, and our Mater Terra was like a ray of hope for the children to present their art. For us, we decided to go on with the festival, even though it was really difficult in many ways, financial and other ways. And we have 90% of the schools out of, and the participants out of Belgrade, from different small towns, rural also environments, travel to Belgrade to participate at our festival. So we decided to give the focus on the drama classes and performances that are created in schools, in elementary schools and in high schools, and also to give visibility to different drama initiatives in some cultural centers that are non-for-profit. So that was our basic focus when we were selecting the performances. So maybe Dunya, you can go on with the photographs now. So these are the photographs from the workshops. I think the community of drama theater education really gained a lot. This is a good example of partnership and collaboration between different IDEA members. I must say, because of our financial circumstances, our Czech guests paid for their travel and their stay by themselves, because this was the only way for them to come. But I think it was a rewarding experience also for them, and they could really see what is happening in our country. This is from the opening. So we had Katerina and Gabi talk to the audience in the opening. It was really well attended. We didn't have enough chairs because the Czech Center has a limited number of 150 chairs. So we had brought in cushions and people were sitting everywhere. So you can go on, Dunya. And these are all the performances. And these performances are really, when watching them, we were so hopeful because the themes that they chose were so important. It was all about overcoming injustice. It was all about very significant themes for children and young people. The children really openly expressed their opinion. You could see that they were thinking critically, and this is our favorite part of the festival. This is a round circle talk where we all sit together and everybody has the equal right to talk and to share. Children, their teachers, their parents, audience members, participants. And for me, always there are so much important things to be said there, especially in this moment in my country. So this was like a light of freedom. We thought these young children, they're 9 years old, maybe 10 years old, only this year. They have worked so hard on their performances. So we have to find a way how to have them present their work and show what they are. For a child, 1 year is a huge period. They're growing, they're developing. So to miss 1 year, as we all know how much the children and young people have suffered during COVID, because these were some wasted years for them. And in this very extreme situations in my country, it was really like a very, I can say, risky endeavor, but absolutely worth it. So we are very, very happy to have this 2 day festival. And all the children and the young people and their teachers and their parents, everybody who traveled all the way to Belgrade or are from Belgrade, they left the festival with such a big smile and so much hope. And somehow they just felt that their energy was high, that their, we say, batteries are internal batteries were full for all that awaits them when they go back to their own environments, as many of them have been refused even basic transportation means to come to Belgrade because they are supporting the students like we are, and they succeeded in overcoming all the difficulties. So I just want to ask you, please follow what is happening in Serbia. It has been going on for 1 year now, more than 1 year, the protests and everything that we are trying to do and change, considering the corruption, the non regard of the law. The young people say we don't want to leave the country. As you know, we have a big issue that many young people are leaving our country and trying to find a better economical and righteous life in some other countries. They say we don't want to leave, we love our country, we want to stay here. So it's also a big ecological movement because we have foreign companies that want to mine Serbia, that want to destroy our beautiful nature. So this was also why our festival about ecology was important. And people are being really conscious that we have to regain our integrity, and that is really important to regain our ownership of who we are. And what I need to tell maybe some others like Nina or people from the Americas, what is happening now in the world is neo-colonization. There is a new wave of colonization happening. And it's not only happening in some parts of the world, it's happening all around Europe. And we are really suffering from it. So please be aware that capital, money, the rich people, the 1%, as we sometimes say, are trying to dictate this world. And only what they bring is darkness. So we are the carriers of light. And let's continue in this way. So you can stop sharing, Dunya. What I want to say now that we open the floor for everybody who is here, and I want to first of all invite Tinti Karpinen from Finland and Fidea, our dear colleague who is here and who is the initiator of IDEA Day. So it is such a pleasure that you're here with us, Tinti. Can you tell us something what is happening in Finland? And of course, I invite all of you, all the others, to maybe, if you want, speak a little bit about how you celebrate IDEA Day or about the subject, Drama Theatre for Hope. So Tinti, can you put on your mic? Good.
This is just a sign because we had the call again in Finland to ring.
Sorry, Tinti, we can't hear you so well. Can you speak louder or make your mic a little
Closer to the
Yes.
microphone, please.
closer to the microphone? Thank you.
Here now.
Better, little better.
My computer is not very good. I hope it works. Can you hear?
Yes.
Yes, now. Thank you.
Good. I want to show you first this bottle of red wine because can you see the title? It's Australian wine and the title is Hope. And we have been sharing these as a present in several events to speakers and so on. But the thing which I really want to share with you is that last summer in an eastern city of Finland, there was a Bravura festival. And if you want to get hope, it was one of those because people, refugees from several countries, were playing theater together. This city was earlier known for big racism, and there were skinheads and really hard fights with local people and refugees. And all this has gone thanks to theater activities. They have a group called Run Kids, and they were last spring also in Italy, and they won the foreign theatres prize. And the name of the play they made was Lighthouse Keeper. So they really brings light to this world. I was invited there to give some workshops, and I also participated in one of the dramatic guidance. And what made me so happy was to see those young people working together despite that their own countries were in war against each other. But they really wanted to make bridges and work together. And that gives very much hope. And it was not only a group of refugees, but there are local people as well. So they have been taken as friends into this city, not as something we want to handle somehow. And it is also the right attitude. I just have written a recommendation to this group to get a very well-known acknowledgement in Finland, and I hope they will get it. And then another thing that makes me happy is that yesterday we had, as I wrote in the chat, we had a UNESCO Living Heritage seminar, and we are still carrying on this Christmas calendar every December here where I live in Helsinki in this suburb. And hope is one of the themes almost every day. And all people are invited to participate, and it is free to all. And that is important, so that it is really activity for all people. Well, I thought that I must get out of this idea work already. I felt very much like that, but now I have been since summer active again, and now one of the recent big events in our national theatre. Last week there was Ukrainian Theatre Festival. 2 plays every day made by Ukrainian people, played by Ukrainian people, and it was a little bit shocking but important that they started it always with a sign of air alarm. And then they told that every day we are to listen this, every night we are to listen this in our country. But the plays were really hope-giving because they were able to handle the situation in an artistic way. And even though they were very honest and real in many ways, there was a big hope. And they were young people and mostly women because the men are there in the war situation. But it was really emotionally touching. I saw 5 of them, and it was very well received by people. And we have also a very active Ukrainian theatre group in western part of Finland in city, and I saw 2 of them their plays in that festival Bravura last summer, and they are excellent, really brilliant. And these are the things that gives hope. And because I organize plenty of theatre groups into theatres, every week I have one group to go to some performance here in Helsinki. So it is funny job because they thank me, but theatre does the work. That's why I always do it, because they are asking, how can you still go on, because there is so much work. But this is my answer always, that they do the work and I get thanks. I forward the thanks also, of course, to the actors and directors and so on. But I am so happy to see so many old good friends and new ones, and I wish you the best possible IDEA Day. And I still once more want to ring the bell for the hope. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Tinti, and thank you for initiating IDEA Day. I just want to give one small information that next August, FIDEA will organize in Helsinki Drama Boreale. And what is also for us very important here in Europe, we will have the IDEA Europe meeting there of our network from Europe, of all the members from Europe in Helsinki. So I really hope I will come to your city at last, Tinti, and hug you.
Thank you that you remind. I forgot to say that. I was supposed to say it, of course. Thank you, Tanya.
Yes, thank you. Can I please ask now Maria von Bakkelen, who is the honorary president of IDEA and the first president of IDEA in 1992 when IDEA was founded. And I would really like you to say a few words and just your opinion, how else we can bring hope with drama theater education to the world. So Maria, are you now in the Netherlands?
Yeah,
Yes.
I have now sound.
Yes.
Yeah, thank you for inviting, but that's a difficult question to answer because I already heard many good examples told by you and also on the IDEA website and other platforms. One of the most difficult things in my life now is to find and refine hope. I think I would also like to have some more attention to losing hope because we all live or within in the center of war or conflicts or a bad ecology of the environment or of the soul. And to refine hope, we need to also analyze how and why we lose hope. I don't have a concrete way to do so, but anyway, in my life and around me in Europe, I see the necessity to analyze the weak spots of our work and how can we overcome the lack of hope. Sorry, it's not very positive, but that's my message.
Thank you so much, Maria. I just think this is really a nice. I would like to maybe take the idea concept of Drama Australia with this what Joe Raphael suggested is this hot topics, and maybe we can rephrase it, but maybe we can have a forum with IDEA members and discuss this also. I really what I have been following now recently also is Jane Fonda. She's an actress from the U.S., a famous actress and from films and so on. And I really liked what she said because she said she was living an ordinary life and she was very successful and everything was fine, but she didn't have hope. She was completely hopeless. She was feeling almost depressed. And the moment that she started to be an activist, to be involved in protest, in reacting, in saying something, her opinion about different topics, she regained hope. And that was for me really interesting about not having hope and having hope. And somehow this activism brought her back hope. Because to be an activist, you really have to have a lot of hope that your actions will change something. Even if it's just standing on a square in a city in silence with a banner, with some sign that is expressing your opinion or in another thing. I'm really, I think what we have to do is be the bearers of hope and activism and to be a models to the people that we work with, because I think this is really important. And only in this way, they can see that with our activity, with our action, with not giving up, with going on, overcoming all the obstacles and difficulties, they have an example. They have an example. And I'm really proud to say that it's sometimes contagious. Hope is contagious, and your wish to do things, overcoming difficulties, is sometimes contagious. And I'm so happy when I see with the people I work with in my team in Sedeum or in the theater, I see young people who are inspired, even though now the climate is that young people do not want to volunteer. They say, we want to be paid. You know how expensive life is. There is a certain dignity in being paid or something like that. I see that now somehow they see how much we are engaged and how much we do. And then they say, aha, okay, I will be a volunteer for Mater Terra. I don't need to be paid. I will do this it's okay. I see how much all of you are doing. So somehow it brings me back hope. This brings me back hope. of some new generations that are coming. And I really think that we are the ones that have to encourage them and show them that there is a possibility, and reimagining this new hopeful work with them in what we do, but also tackling the darkness. Because, you know, they say without darkness, we cannot see the light. This is what our world is made out of. It's made of both darkness and light. So I want to ask if there's anybody else who would like to say something, join, just perhaps share their experience, what is happening. I see Tom is here, Nikos, many people from IDEA. Please, if you're, just turn on your camera or your microphone. Shifra also, I don't know who is Coco. Maybe you can present yourself. So if there is anybody else who would like to say something, to add something. No? So maybe it's time. Yes, Maria, yes.
Yeah, sorry. I'm hesitating if I should repeat what I said, but your reaction, Sanja, on what I said is just overstepping the spot where I want to stay. So it's, I hope also to perhaps share the despair, share the feeling of being paralyzed, share the lack of light. And I really think that overcoming it, I know it from my long life, you can overcoming it. But I think in this worldwide difficult situations, it's also very, very important not to start again with the solutions, but to stay a little bit longer at the problem by which we are paralyzed or could be paralyzed. So that's what I only want to share with you.
Thank you, Maria. I understand what you say, what you're saying, absolutely. Nina?
I just wanted to say that that whole idea of the paralyzed, Maria, is what I see in kids. I see that they're paralyzed in their way of thinking, their inability to socialize with others, that sense of why should I do anything? What's the gain? Sonia was talking about getting paid, that sense of it. I don't need to do anything. It should all come to me. Why should I act for somebody else? These are values that have been the problem with the problem with the world today is that we've lost our real true values. And I think that that's where the darkness comes from, the inability to be able to distinguish between what is right and what is wrong, what is correct behavior, and also because we're trying to compensate for these kids who have been damaged by all the things that have been happening in the last few years, we're overcompensating. I'm finding it really frustrating that the principals do not acknowledge the work that we do in order to help students understand. I was actually criticized by the principal because I used the word discipline, but she didn't understand what I was meant. I was talking about discipline within each subject, within each I was talking about that kind of discipline, not the slapping in the face, because that kind of discipline comes within the subject that you're teaching. And I think that's where we have lost some power as teachers to be able to we're so busy here trying to sort of do all the administrative way of teaching and not be free to teach the way I do it anyway, because I can't teach in any other way. It's more organic that way. It's able to see the kids and help them, even if I'm considered to be a bit strict but I don't think I am being strict. I'm just being very, very sure that I know what I'm doing and what I expect from the students. And then and then the students know that they can get away with it because we're trying to sort of pamper them because they whatever. So teachers, I think these days are quite powerless in being able to assert that sense of, in inverted commas, discipline that's in each subject. I don't know whether I've gone off track a little bit, but I think it's a really important topic.
Thank you, Nina. Thank you. Well, yes, there are many subjects I think that maybe we can discuss in an open forum or just reflect upon. I want to really thank you all for coming today. We have reached the end. We promised to many people who wanted to join that we will not be longer than 2 hours. So we are almost now for 2 hours here. Thank you so much for being part of this webinar, for contributing, for giving us examples of what you're doing in your countries, in your communities, and how you're influencing in a more hopeful way perhaps what is happening in the world. We are overcome with so many disasters and so many hardships. And believe me, it is sometimes very, very difficult to overcome them. But we together as a community, as an IDEA family, we are there for each other. And I think this is also very important and remarkable because we feel in whatever country we are in the world, there is association, there is community that of like-minded people, of people who believe in the same values, who develop the same form of arts education as we do, and that perhaps together we can give each other support. So this is maybe for the end. I wish you all a very good day, and not to forget, as Tinti said, we have to ring for arts education at noon, whatever time it is in your for your noon, 12 p.m. You can ring the bells for arts education, even if you're completely alone, somewhere in the forest. It is an action that you do for yourself as a ritual. So let us ring the bells for arts education, for drama theater education, and thank you for joining, and happy IDEA Day. Goodbye.
Thank you, everyone. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you
Thank you,
for
Dunya.
organizing this.
Bye.
And warm greetings and hugs to all of you.